What's up, nerds and nerdettes and be little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Like I'm coming out of a pool. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another episode of Legendary Gaming. I guess you knew that. So we are doing a two-gun preview. We're going to do a two-gun preview of a game that's hitting Kickstarter, and we've had the opportunity to play, and we've already given our first impressions of this game, and now with several more games and closer examination of it, I'm ready to give my official full thoughts on this game. And the game I'm talking about is by Shoot Again Games, Born to Serve. Over the last year and a half, I've mentioned several times on different episodes of this channel how I feel that there's not enough superhero games on the market, that genre is more untouched than I think it should be in today's age, especially with the popularity of superhero movies. I'm not claiming any responsibility that people heard me. I could have just been caught up in the moment, sort of in the zeitgeist of the thought. That's all it could be. But I'm glad to see that there's been quite a few new superhero board games. The question we're going to answer is this one of them? All right, let's talk about it. See you down the table. Here it is. Born to Serve by Shoot Again Games. Made sure I've been keeping notes on it over the last few weeks. And not just me and the 20-sided Warriors, we have enjoyed Shoot Again Games. I think we've played everything they've published, right? Looting Atlantis, Conspiracy, Bigfoot versus Yeti, and now Born to Serve. And we haven't been let down by them yet. So we were very, very excited to get Born to Serve to the table and actually get a chance to play this. As I've been saying, I've been looking forward to seeing more superhero games. Now, the funny thing is, me and Tommy V, we first met Diane and Nick Sawyer, the couple that run Shoot Again Games and design and publish all the games. We got a chance to meet them last year at LunaCon 2017. And we had a really great time. They turned out to be two amazing people, very down to earth, very friendly, very intelligent people, very open people. So they're very easy to hang out with, very easy to talk to. The kind of people you enjoy meeting when you're going somewhere like a convention to meet and interview people. So it worked out great. We had never heard of them before or their titles. So this was also a little bit like Christmas in a sense. We showed them a little support, and they've been showing us a little support ever since. Now, like I said, I've been talking about there's not enough superhero games out. And this has definitely grown since I first started babbling about that about a year ago, that's for sure. So when Diane told us that this game was available for review, we were very interested in checking it out and getting it to the table. When we realized it was an area control game, that really piqued our interest because I know myself, Ryan, and Alex really enjoy area control games. Anthony does too. I think the three of us a little bit more than him, but I'm sure if I'm wrong, you'll put something in the comments, Anthony. But we do. The point is, we all do love area control games. We all love superheroes as well. So we had a little excited anticipation to get this to the table, to be honest, right up front. The first game we played the short version of. The game suggests, the game has two versions. The full version, which covers the lunch crowd, and then the dinner crowd. And then the short version, which just covers the lunch crowd. So we just played the lunch crowd version the first time to get a hang of it, a handle on it, you know. And it really got our attention. we were all like so waiting to get it to the table a second time, especially Anthony. The use of the characters in this game brings something that I really enjoy. And when you have a game where you have multiple characters to choose from, one of the things that really makes it worthwhile to me, it gives me a sense of, well, why should I choose this one over that one? Blue or green, is that my only reason? I like it when the characters in the game each have an ability, a power that can bend the rules, like normally you can only play one token on your turn, but this character lets you do it twice on your first turn every round, or something like that. You get the idea. And this brings it. In a sense, it has to, because it's about superheroes. So if you don't incorporate their powers, then why bother making it about superheroes? So they covered their butts with that one. They got that one down. And from what we played, the powers all seem balanced. The object is to I think to play the same character several times, so you really understand their powers and how they bend the rules and when's the best time to use it and how to use it, instead of just a one-off time and then boom, let's try someone else. Give them 2 or 3 optional chances each before you move on to the next hero. I definitely do suggest that. The area control comes in the sense of tables. Now, the backstory to this is that your superhero group has lost all its government funding and you guys are dead broke. So, putting on the mask and cape is good and all, but you gotta eat, you gotta pay bills, or the lights are gonna go out and you're gonna go hungry. Good news is there's a diner in town that's hiring. Bad news is they only got 1 slot open to hire. So they're giving you all a chance, and whoever gets the biggest tip is going to win the game because you get the job. So the tables themselves are the areas. So there are smaller tables that just seat 2, and there's larger tables that seat up to 5. The tables that seat up to 4 and 5 have extra bonus money on it, bonus tip money on it. So you really want to try to control that. Because there's so many seats and there can be so many different servers coming to that table, people are going to be nickel-diming you out of your tip money there, so to speak. Even if you end up controlling the table at the end of the round, if there are other people on it, they can, like I said, they can nickel and dime some points, some cash here and there off the table. And sometimes that nickel and dime is just enough to put you over the top. That's something I found out. So that's really interesting. But what makes it even more interesting is there are areas other than the tables that you're able to go control and manipulate. And that is the staff. The first game, they give you a suggestion of staff members, and I think that's the way to go your first game. After that, you're going to be able to deal out some of the staff members from the deck. I think it's dependent on the number of players at the table, and they're going to be able to choose which ones go out. Now that's great because that means that every game you play, since it's going to have different staff members, it's actually going to change how you play the game tactically. Because different staff members can radically bring change to the game. It's like the owner of the place can actually change the order of control of the table. Because the last one, so if it's a 4-person table, the fourth time that is taken over by one of the players, marked by one of the players, the last player is the one that's controlling the table. So the owner is able to switch tokens out on you. So maybe you are the last one to serve the table now, so to speak. You get it on that spot. They all do something different. So, and they're not all out at the same time during every game. That's what I'm talking about. So one tactic may have worked the last time you played the game. And even if you're playing the same hero, even if you're playing the same hero against the same players playing their same heroes, once the different staff is out, trust me, you are playing a tactically different game than you played the last time. Sure, some things last time will still pan out and work for you, but once another player uses that different staff member that wasn't out last game, it's going to change everything. And that's going to ruin your tactics. And I love that about the game. it was a way to refresh the game. You know, like some games will use, different city tiles or something that comes out to play. So every game that's going to be different. And this uses the staff members to get that effect. And I think it works out really, really well. It was a fun part of the game for me. Now, another part of the game that I liked was this whole concept of the Phantom Realm. So during the course of the game, with prioritized tables, you can opt to fatten up the tip, so to speak, but you lose your control token for doing that. You only have a set amount during the game. Your control token goes to a place called the Phantom Realm. Very superhero-y. Good touch. There is a staff member. Oh, let me see if I get this right. It's the washing attendant? No, it's the busboy. The busboy can get your tokens back. But they're going to disappear on you if you're going to want to try to beef up and get those extra points. So that brings a different level of tactic to the game, too, is that you're potentially the tokens that you have to set out for control of tables in order to get money could be depleting during the course of the lunch crowd or the dinner crowd. And I mean, that's totally up to you. You're not going to be forced to do this, but there are times you're going to look at the points that everyone has. You're going to look at the way the tables are set up, and you're going to think to yourself, man, I got to double up on this just to stay in the game. So even though you know you're going to be losing a handful of tokens, you got to do it. And that's a great aspect of the game. It's another level of the strategy added onto this area control game, oddly enough, about superheroes, which works really, really well. I definitely like superhero crossing over into area control. It seems to work. I think that the rules to this game were presented well enough in the rule book to get through. Maybe it needs to be tightened up, but this is just a Kickstarter version, so I'm sure that there will be some tightening up coming to the rules. But even that being said, we were able to read through the rules the first time and understand everything enough to play the game. We went back to the rules several times during the course of the game, but everything was a quick find. Anything we needed to know, flipped a page or two, literally, and boom, there was the answer for us. So it answered everything, and it taught us everything we needed to know to get the game on the table and get it started right away. So that was great. And it was easy enough to find any of the few questions we actually had right away, and it didn't slow down the gameplay at all. So I think the rules of the game are easy enough, they're simple enough. And I think once you know how to play the game, see, here's the thing. It's a little wonky to explain. It's a little wonky to explain the rules, but reading through the rules with the game out, that definitely helps. When you read through the rules and you have the game out and you see the pieces, you see everything they're talking about. I don't know, it just sort of clicked for us that way. It totally just clicked for us. And as I said, playing through it, the act of playing through the game the first time explained what we were doing to us. And that was a great help. So I think even though there's a little bit of a stumble into getting into this game, not much at all. And by some of the games I have on these shelves, it's non-existent in comparison to some of these games. Just a tiny little bit of a stumble, which will probably be fixed up in the rules during the Kickstarter run. We had no problem entering into this game, and I think that this is not going to be a difficult game to teach new players. It might not be the number one go-to choice of a gateway game, but if you have the right people that like superheroes and tongue-in-cheek kind of comedy and stuff, this will be a good gateway game for them. Other gamers that may not like either or both of those things, it may take a little bit more to warm up to. Maybe, just maybe. I'm just being honest here. But it's a fun game, and I think people will get the hang of it right away. So, yeah, I'll classify it as a gateway game at the bottom of the list of gateway games, but it's on that list. It's definitely on that list, and to me that means something. That means a lot. And what they got going so far as the art, I think thematically, is a double blast. It's definitely a double blast because what they tried to do with the art was combine the theme, the genre, the visual aspects of comic books and superheroes, especially in a more tongue-in-cheek Saturday morning kind of style, and to capture that visual feel, those aesthetics, with that of a diner. You know, like Mel's Diner. I think I made reference to that a few times talking about this game. The old TV show Alice, Mel's Diner, you know, kind of place, kind of feel to it. And they did a good job. The art does. It captures both feels very well. There are aspects of it that look totally ripped right out of a local greasy diner. And there are aspects of it that look so beautifully torn from an old Saturday morning superhero cartoon or old comic strip or something. And so both work, and they were blended together very well. So to me, that means something, because you want to visually be able to, you want to be able to look at a game. You want to look at a game that you're playing. I think that's exactly how I mean it. You want to look at a game when you're playing it. Because if you don't, then you're going to want to play the game even less, even if it's a great game. You just might not want to look at it. And this covers that base. It covers that base really well. You look at this game and you don't want to look away from it. So I think it hits a lot of marks, and I'm really looking forward to this game kicking it on Kickstarter. I hope it has a super good time on Kickstarter, and I hope that it hits all it marks. I hope it blows out with a bam and a boom and a biff and a bang, and I can't think of any more onomatopoeia. So yeah, check this Kickstarter game out. Born to Serve by Shoot Again Games, and actually, while I'm here, just check out anything by Shoot Again Games, including Atlantis, Bigfoot vs. Yeti, Conspiracy, which is actually our monthly giveaway this month, the Conspiracy game. You want to check all their games out, but definitely think about backing Born to Serve. If you like area control games, you like superheroes, and you like a little bit of fun, a little tongue-in-cheek, not being overboard, Born to Serve is it. All right, I can't think of anything else to say about this game. That covers just about everything that I've been thinking about it. So thank you all for following us on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Thank you for checking us out on YouTube, for subscribing to us here. That is great. That is awesome. Thank you for liking, for commenting, and for sharing our stuff. And check out our podcast, Stormtrooping with Unit 13. We have that on the playlist as well. That's 18 and over though, so because of language. But it's a lot of fun. Check that out. So thank you, everyone. I'm your buddy Big John and G with Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.